Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Kimmer's Salt, where I, Kimmer, will be going over the matchups, the match of the week, and the new power rankings. Welcome in, everyone. We just got finished with week 3. Week 3 definitely brought some heat. We've seen some upsets. We've seen some dominance. So here is a quick recap. Starting off with the week, we had Chicago against Dallas Snores. Snores was looking to get the upset today. They were looking to win, get in there, beat that number, beat a top seed. Fell short, ended up getting 0-2'd. Chicago still looking dominant as ever. All right. Next, we seen the Miami Heat Tran versus the West Virginia Hydrogons. Both teams were looking at a bounce back as both took some pretty bad losses in week 2. Both looking to get their feet rolling. They want to get that 8th seed. They want to make playoffs. They got to start getting some wins early. West Virginia Hydrogons was looking strong early. However, Miami Heat Trans decided to, get it together and took the 2-0 victory over West Virginia. West Virginia started off strong, now is taking a couple of losses, might need to go to the bullpen and look to see what they can do to get a victory in the next week. After that, we have Cleveland versus Indiana in our third battle of the matchup. Indiana took an early lead going up 1-0, but Cleveland dug deep and found a way to squeeze out a 2-1 victory, jumping Cleveland up in the power rankings, dropping Indiana down. In the very next game, we had Miami Palafins versus the Los Angeles Zams. Miami Palafins coming off a strong 2-0 week. Los Angeles Zams still sitting in the middle of the pack, looking to get his footing and to stay in that middle of that pack. Los Angeles Zams 1-0 was looking strong. Game 2, they were up. They had 3 Mons, against 1. Miami Palafins came back, won game 2 somehow. They went into game 3, and Los Angeles Zams just took over game 3, giving no hope to the Miami Palafins, taking a 2-1 victory over the Miami Palafins, shooting the Zams up in the rankings. Next, we had the Texas Gangars versus the Detroit Piplups. Detroit Piplups is still looking to get their first win of the season. They have yet to win yet. They're looking to get on that win board, and they're going to have to look again next week as they got 0-2'd by the Texas Gangars. Finishing off our last match of the week. You guys have already seen it. You guys have already seen the interview. Pittsburgh Steelix versus the Seattle Mimikyu. Pittsburgh Steelix getting all the hate from everyone in the league, coming out, shutting up the haters, winning 2-0, shooting them up in the rankings. Now, into the rankings. All right. Going into week 4, these are my power rankings. This is what I think is going to happen. This is just what I think the power ranking should be. Unfortunately for the Houston Slowbros, unfortunately had some stuff come up. They will no longer be a part of the league for us. So we have at 13, like I said, still trying to get their footing, we have the Detroit Piplups. At number 12, we have the Dallas Snores. At number 11, we have the Miami Heat Tran, getting a big win earlier this week, shooting himself up in the rankings just a little bit. Next, at number 10, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's right, they also got a good dub this week, shooting them up a little bit in the standings. They still have something to prove. At number 9, dropping quite a bit in the rankings, after a little embarrassing loss, we have the West Virginia Hydrogons, looking to bounce back into the next week, hopefully can step it up. At number 8, we have the Miami Palafins. They did take a big loss, however, it was to a middle pack team. Doesn't need to drop too far in the rankings as there is still some people below him. Next, we have Indiana Blazers dropping very far in the rankings after they took a very embarrassing loss to a lower league team. All right, maybe the Blazers can bounce back in week 4 and maybe go back up in the rankings. At number 6, we have the St. Louis Totodiles. They had a bye week, so the only reason why they move up is because of the losses that the Hydrogons and the Blazers took. At number 4 comes with no shock, the Texas Gangars getting another 2-0 victory, looking like another top contender, looking to take advantage of the next week with their matchup. Number 3, now here's where the things get a little bit fishy. See what I did there? All right, number 3, we have the Seattle Mimikyus. Yes, they did just take a loss. However, it was to another undefeated team. They might have took an 0-2 loss, but it's all right. They're still looking strong, and I believe they're going to be a top contender to win the championship. At number 2, we have the Pittsburgh Steelix. Now, a lot of people would say, hey, Kimmer, why is Pittsburgh Steelix not at number 1? Well, there's a reason for it, all right? It's because, yeah, he might be undefeated. However, he still has something to prove. Can he keep it up? And can he get a victory in the next week to possibly get him to that first overall seed? Which means number 1 in the power rankings is the Chicago Bulls. I believe that's how you say his name. He never told me how to say it, so it's still fuck Chicago. But Chicago is sitting at number 1. Looking strong, looking to continue his streaks of wins and hopefully keep dominating the league. Chat, we got week 4 on the way. I hope you guys are ready and stay tuned for the next episode as I will be interviewing the matchup of the week once the week is over. All right, have a good day. Later, let me know who you think is going to win the championships once the league is done in the comments. Peace.